Well, all right. Thank you all for coming. I see a lot of students, a lot of faculty, a lot of staff here today, and it's a big day for the community college here in Brewton. And really, it's a big day for Brewton. 50 years ago, the first class of JD students walked through those doors, and to be honest with you, about 18 years ago, I walked through those doors. So, and here you guys are today. So this is an institution that sends a lot of folks through Brewton. My name is Andrew Clark. I am the president of the Jefferson Davis Community College Foundation Board. We act as a liaison between the community and the college. We raise funds for the college, for honors programs, scholarships. Some of you may have applied for a scholarship with the foundation. It's a really, when you think about the college, it's one of the most important assets we have in Brewton. And we really cherish that. It's something we take for granted. There are people here that otherwise wouldn't be in Brewton if it weren't for Jefferson Davis Community College. So we understand the importance of that. And to think back 50 years, it's really hard for anything to last 50 years these days, it seems like. So for the college to be here for 50 years is something we should celebrate. We're going to do that today. I know we've got some cake. I'm kind of anxious myself. Dr. Blow is here. He's going to say a few words. And we've got a couple of alumni here that are going to say a few words as well. What I have from the foundation today, Dr. Blow, I've got in recognition of Jefferson Davis Community College for 50 years of service to the community. We thought it would be a good idea to present the college with a foundation, from the foundation, a plaque. And we're going to give that to you. You can hang it in the president's office. It's something we can all be proud of. So September 30th, 1965 and September 30th, 2015 is a great day at JD. Thank
Well, thank you, Andrew. I would like to say that the college appreciates so much the foundation and Andrew's leadership. It means a lot to the college. You know, we're not over-endowed with a lot of money in our community college system. We have to get by on a lot less sometimes than we would like to. Sometimes we cannot fund everything we would like to. We just do the best with what we have and what we can rake and scrape up. But the foundation is just an excellent resource for us, and as Andrew said, it's not just fundraising, but it's sort of liaison between the college and the community, and that's so important, you know. You can't be a community college without having that tie-in with the community. It takes both a college and a community to have a community college. So we hope this college will continue to grow in that direction. An awful lot's been accomplished here in 50 years. I can't take credit for any of it, of course. But a lot of you folks here today can. I can remember some people who were here that far back. I actually knew Woodfin Patterson, the first president here, and Marie Pate, first dean. I remember her quite well. I was dean of a neighboring college over in Monroeville at the time, and so I remember some of the personnel here, and I remember how highly this college was regarded for so long. Actually, before I ever put foot on the campus here, I remember that it was held in high academic esteem. Some of the programs here were well known throughout the state, and so I think that it has a tremendous heritage, and hopefully that we have the next 50 years will be a period of growth and improvement and meeting the needs of our students and the community even more. Jennifer said something this morning in the executive council meeting we were having. We were asking her, is everything set to go? We know we have a number of things that will be occurring during this anniversary year. This is a kind of a kickoff event here. But she said something to me now. Andrew Clark's going to give a plaque to the college, and we want you to say, I think I heard the emphasis on a few words. This is about as few as I can make it, but we're glad all of you are here. And I think we're going to have a real treat to hear a couple of our alumni say a few things to us about the past here. And then hopefully we'll get to that cake eventually. Thank you.
We're gonna talk to some special people here in just a second. Sometimes you ask yourself when you're in this stage in your life, what am I going to be doing in 20 years? Well, that's just me. I'm a 20-year almost example of Jefferson Davis Community College. This is what you're going to look like in 20 years. Now, what you're probably thinking is 50 years. My goodness, that seems like a long time out. But we have 2 outstanding representatives of 50-year alumni of Jefferson Davis Community College here. And you can be proud of where they're going to be telling you about and where you may be in 50 years. So I guess we'll start with Ms. Fountain. Ms. Catherine Fountain will come up here.
No,
Y'all both want to come at one time?
I'm not coming up without Alex.
Okay, come here. It's better to work in teams. Ms. Catherine Fountain, Ms. Alice.
Jennifer called us Monday or Friday and asked us if we could come on short notice. I said, that is short notice. So we're here. And I called Alice at 11 o'clock and asked her if she'd come with me. And she did, which I was really tickled. So, but I'm Catherine Fountain. I was Catherine Finley Fountain. And this is Alice Grantham Ryder. And we taught school together at Neal for many, many years and been really good friends forever. I pulled out my old books. I had to dig to find them. And I pulled out my old books and started going through them, and I realized we had 19 students. We just had, that graduated from Neal's class of 65. 19 of them came to this school the very first semester. I didn't have a chance, or about that much came from T.R. Miller. I went to Miller, and Alice went to Neal. And we had a tremendous amount of children that came, students that came. And we had an absolute ball because it was brand new. I was a Methodist. I went to the Methodist church, so I was going to that church 6 days a week, 5 days a week for school, and then on Sunday. So I only got 1 day break from that church. I was so tired of seeing it because that's where all of our classes were. We didn't have a building. And we started over at the Methodist Church, First United Methodist Church. We laughed, we bonded, we had the best time. And when they started building these buildings, we all would come over and see what we could do. Some of us worked extra jobs helping out with the construction or setting up equipment or establishing the rooms the way the teachers wanted them. And it was just a lot of fun. And we had parties in this room. And I started looking back at the parties. We had dances. And if you could look at some of these from 50 years ago, we wore long formals with satin gloves up to here to the dances here. Now, can you imagine if that was your requirement to come to the next party or something? Okay, we're going to meet in the student center, and y'all have to dress up. And me and the guys all had suits on, and some of them wore tuxedos. But we had a wonderful time. I was a cheerleader. I don't know exactly how. I was a cheerleader at Miller, so I don't know if they just pushed us into that. I don't remember tryouts, but we had a cheerleader squad. And we traveled with the basketball team. We all would pile into cars and go to wherever we needed to go. We went to Birmingham, Jeff Davis. We all stayed in the same hotel. Those guys were like our brothers, and they just took care of all of us. And, you know, it was no buses. We didn't have that, but it was fun. We really had a good time. Excellent teaching. I took classes because my intentions were to go on and go to University of Alabama. So I took classes that I needed to achieve the junior status by the time, and the hardest classes I could take here, so that when I went to Alabama, that it would be a little bit easier for me, and I'd have a lot of the foundation out of the way, and then I could go into my core, which was education. So I didn't graduate from here, but I took all the classes for 2 years, and we had a wonderful time. I'm gonna turn it over to Alice, because she did graduate from here.
So, like Catherine said, we started out in the Methodist church, and we were all so excited. Two ways. First of all, we were going to go to college, and second, we were going to go to college in a church. You know, and that was a little hard to accept and figure out, but we had the most fun. There was a house, I think they tore it down on the side of the church, and they had some classes over there. I know they had typing in that building and maybe something else over there. But as she said, we did all the things that you do in the college to start the year off over at the church, and then we were so excited to be over here. And like she said, she was a cheerleader, and she didn't know if they just pushed her. Well, I was on yearbook staff at Neal, so I ended up on the yearbook staff over here. So I don't know if I got pushed like that too. So
We just recruited.
but we had a lot of fun, and we had just the main 3 buildings up there is all that were built when we came here, and we watched the library being built while we were here, and then every time we turned around they were building another building. So we had a ball, and just really, really enjoyed the teachers, and I know Buddy Weaver came over here to teach science, and I had him in high school, so he and I both came over here at the same time. So, but anyway, I hope your experiences will be just as fun and memorable as Catherine and myself were. So, thank you for asking us to come.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to wrap up this event. We're going to move to the cake here in just a second. It's going to be, there are a few events coming between now and the end of October. I hope everybody can attend. And we thank y'all for coming to Bruton to go to school here. And if you're from Bruton, we thank y'all for staying here. So that's it. Y'all have a nice day, and we can get some cake.